Hello my dear professionals, welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing key differences between the job profile of a HR admin and HR journalist. On that note, let's get started. The main focus of a HR admin's job is around the administrative tasks, for example, maintaining employee records, making sure that they are as per the compliance, making sure that no contracts are expired, all the PF regulations are done properly, making sure that records are entered properly, the files of employees are maintained properly. So more of a administrative work responsibility. While for a HR journalist, the focus revolves around a lot of stuff. This particular job profile has a very wide variety of responsibilities, starting from recruitment to employee relations to performance management to grievances and then employee training and experience, all of that stuff. So we will compare both of these jobs against all the essential functions that you see in HR, for example, recruitment, employee relation, engagement, training, all of that stuff. So let's start by recruitment. Recruitment is something that is more of a HR generalist role, where HR journalist will be more involved in end-to-end process of that, while HR admin might help here and there to prepare the NDAs, the contracts and stuff like that, and maybe to maintain those contracts, but they are not much involved into the overall recruitment process of like sourcing and then making sure the interview happens and rolling out the offers, all of that stuff. No. Now coming to employee relation. So again, HR journalist is somebody who will be deeply involved into employee relations, all the grievances that are coming in, how to resolve that, providing support to the employees if they have any issues with the policies, making sure that policies are improvised or designed as per all the feedback that you are continuously getting. While for HR admin, they will not be involved that much. Again, they will be involved into administrative part of it, maybe the documentation that is required, maybe to maintain the record of the employees. Now comparing on training and development, again, HR journalists will be involved into the complete entire thought process and execution of the training and development throughout. Like they will be involved in designing of the whole training thing and also the execution part of it. Now HR admins might help in the coordination of that whole thing, maybe to block out the calendars for everybody, or maybe to follow up if people attended, or maybe to arrange the room of for the training and making sure all the logistics required for the training are there. And also maybe they are required to see the contract documentation of the trainer who is working on contract with the company, because trainers do not work full-time for companies most of the time. So HR admin might be taking care of that part of training and development, but HR generalists are doing more of the designing and implementation of that thing. It's like end to end. Now next comparison is basis compliance and regulation policies. Now HR admin is the person who is responsible to make sure that the company is following all the regulations and is in compliance to all the state regulations. For example, your labor laws, your tax laws, your contract laws, your employment agreements and all those laws. So all those filing of records which is in line with the following the regulations of state comes under mostly the role of HR admin. HR journalists will be involved, but they will be like somebody at the back end who might help the HR admin to get that information, but HR admin will mostly do this task. Now here it's also important to understand that HR journalist is a profile that you will mostly find in smaller to mid-sized companies. When it's in MNC, you will hardly see any HR journalists, because HR journalists are somebody who take care of mostly all HR job responsibilities. Their scope is very wide. While in MNCs, you will find dedicated teams for everything. So the concept of HR journalist doesn't really exist there. So you'll find specialists for everything there, like talent acquisition specialist or employee relations specialist or stuff like that. Training and development team, there's a separate team. So the job of a HR journalist exists majority of the time in a small company to a mid-sized company. When a company grow beyond a mid-size, or sometime in mid-size also, we will see that lot more dedicated roles will jump in. Then it won't be like a HR journalist role. So if you're somebody who's really serious about their HR career, I will highly recommend and advise that you aim for a HR journalist role, because that will teach you so much from end to end about the whole HR field. That tomorrow, if you grow up to any specialist job role as well, you will have knowledge about everything. It's not that when a talent acquisition specialist walks up to you and you are employee experience specialist, but you do not know what they are talking or how their information or their work is impacting your job, because all the functions in HR are very closely knit. There can be so much of impact of one function on another and vice versa. So it's very important for you that you understand all the functions, all the job roles in HR. An HR journalist is a great profile to understand all of that. So to conclude here, guys, HR admin is the person who focuses more on the administrative tasks which are related to employees. Can be documentation, coordination, arranging the logistics and stuff like that, while HR journalist is somebody who is doing more of a people's role, people side role, like developing them, their performance appraisals, their training and development, and their grievances, policy making from that side. So all of that. HR admin is somebody who is helping HR journalist into the coordination and administrative part of it. So that's the main difference. Now, so that was it for today's video, guys. I really hope I was able to clarify your doubts between these two job profiles, and it's nothing right and wrong here. It purely bases your interest, what you like doing. Both jobs are equally good, whatever you want to aim for. So with that, we came to the end of this video. You keep on watching more content on the HR destination to be a successful HR professional, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.